The time is now 5 o'clock, and I call this meeting of the Finance Committee of the Flint City Council to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson,
Present.
Ms. Priestley,
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat? Present. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett is not in. We have 3 members present.
We have 3 members present. We'll go into hold while we wait for quorum.
What's up with you? You all right? Hey, you can't get off my rap. Oh. No, but it wasn't her fault. Oh, bullshit. No, but no, it wasn't. You know, I started acting. The water crisis started right after we got married. I started, I was down to about this year, like, what I did. Like I told her, I said, and the sad part is, she got to talk to the president. Look around them. They just underneath. Then it's 300. It's your war. Oh. No, we get the front of it.
If all council members could please take their seats so that we can continue with our meeting. Yes, I know. I'm waiting for our clerk to sit down. Madam Clerk, go ahead and with roll call. We have quorum.
Okay, the time is now 5:15, and we will redo the roll call to establish the quorum. Mr. Alamin?
Present. Present.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present?
Ms. Winfrey Carter? Ms. Burns? Oh, Ms. Winfrey Carter?
They call me on
You're
the
calling your name.
present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
They doing that.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 7 members present.
We have 7 members present. Reading of disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes or additions? Any requests?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I do have an add-on resolution.
okay.
It's being distributed to you right now. It's a resolution to initiate the process for hiring sign language interpreters for city council meetings.
I call it. Thank you, sweetie. Madam Chair,
Yes.
Madam Clerk, Madam Clerk, the doors are locked down, yeah, they're asking,
Yeah, she was made aware of it.
Madam Chair, the door should be unlocked.
I
IT
just
did
got a
unlock it.
text.
And I just wanted to introduce you to Zaya here, who is our council secretary, Jasmine Green's son, and he is volunteering for the next couple of council meetings toward his National Honor Society in high school. So he's helping us out for the next couple of meetings.
Well, welcome. So this resolution will be considered add-on 1. Are there any other agenda changes or additions? Hearing none, it's now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. Madam Clerk, who is our first public speaker?
First speaker is Michael Clack.
those doors still aren't open.
Good evening, council. Good evening, council. I want to briefly address the letter that some residents of the city have received regarding the Cross Connection Control Program. For a lot of us, this is the first time we've ever heard of this program, and that alone is a problem. Now, I took the time to Google it. Google says that the program is described as a safeguard to prevent contaminants from backflowing into our public drinking water system. It identifies risks where potable water meets non-potable substances like sewage or pesticides, and it requires the installation of devices like backflow preventers or air gaps to ensure safe and one-directional water flow. Now, safeguard sounds fine on paper, but here's the issue. It seems like we, the residents of Flint, are being treated like we're the source of the contamination. Why are you sending letters, not you, but why are you sending letters to homeowners telling them to make arrangements within 10 days as if this is some urgent compliance matter, but not once addressing the actual sources that have historically contaminated our water? And then a 10-day notice? If something requires action within 10 days, that suggests urgency. That suggests emergency. So couldn't the administration have saved the emergency alert, could have used the emergency water system to save money? Remember the system that announces Easter egg hunt? Why was there no direct communication beyond a letter that many people barely understand? Because buried in that same letter is the part that says any cost associated with replacement, modification, or installation or testing of these backflow prevention devices falls on the property owner or occupant. We are already dealing with rising water rates from GLEWA. We're already dealing with the system that has failed the community before, and now, without meaningful public education or transparency, residents are being told to open their homes and potentially pay out of pocket for another problem that we did not create. We have a mayor that proudly reminded us of his experience, who holds press conferences regularly, even as recent as today. Now, I don't watch them because I can't stand being lied to, but I'm willing to bet that this program that directly impacts residents, homes, property, and their finances was never communicated to the public. In closing, I hope you all exercise your authority to subpoena the mayor to ask him some real questions, because we're tired of press conferences, smiles, and shiny suits. We want him to answer some real questions, not about this fluffy stuff that he keeps on spending his time campaigning on. Thank you.
The next speaker is John McFadden.
Evening, Council. I'm John McFadden from the First Ward. I'm here with a complaint about the service fees. Okay, I'm here to complain about the service fees that you guys charge when you go pay your bill. It just seemed like to me that it's just a little too high. I go in there to pay $300 on my water bill, and then I had to pay an $8 service fee because I'm paying with a card. And to me, that right there is just a little bit there too much. The charge, I think she said it was like 3% or something for that right there is just a little bit too much for the citizens to have to pay just because you're using a card. And also, I'd like to thank you guys for redoing Oak Park for us down there. And we're having our first Easter egg hunt down there for the kids down there this Saturday, the 4th of April. Everybody is invited from noon to 2. And everything is free. Refreshments and gifts and everything will be given. And we really appreciate you guys. And we'd like to have you guys to see about if we can get some swings and playground equipment down there for the kids. We got nice shelter and everything down there, but we have nothing down there for the kids to play with and stuff. So if you guys could do something for us down there with that, would be highly appreciated. Thank you.
The next speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, Council. Hello. I'm R.L. Mitchell. I reside at 759 East Linden Avenue. And for the record, I once again was offended again Wednesday night when my church was in Detroit. I had to go to one of my churches in Detroit. But Mayor Cleopatra attended. And I found out we was attacked while I was in service by the ISIS peoples. And evidently, the mayor, the bombs didn't go off. And then just like in Flint this morning, the same thing happened over at Mays Hassel Center. Somebody locked the doors when I was approaching, and the mailman she pulled in front of me with boxes, and she ran back in the truck with the boxes. And when I went to push the button, the little boy that owned the door, he said, "Ooh, it's his fault. He forgot to unlock the other door." And then little Patrick. But and the same thing happened a few minutes ago. Just in City Hall, the people got a way of just making people don't know how to get up in City Hall to take care of business. Like Madam Burns, her father-in-law approached me. He found out he had some grandkids and he wanted to see him. He came to the second floor. He didn't know how to get to the third floor. He said, "Make sure you tell my daughter-in-law, Burns, because his son automatically gave them babies to him. He ain't never saw and then she ain't never met her own grandson. Anyway, that's enough for that right there. But the main thing about the situation in Flint, about this water situation, the dude, and welcome aboard, Jasper's son, to take the time out of your high school to learn up really happened going on in Flint. Like them Grand Blanc kids out in Grand Blanc, they're the only one get this enough to fight, attack ISIS back. But in another, had a stage walkout in Grand Blanc. And like I say, the bomb thing go up in another attack, and the other one killed the rest of the ISIS and all right in Detroit. And like the mayor, like Reverend Chris Patrick, what is his name, over there by the school over there by trying to school in Chris Martin. He don't even must got a radio broadcast somewhere. I wonder if he in the with the mayor. They cut the preacher voice off it, and he up there had a false alarm attack this morning. People couldn't shoot pool right. Professional pool shot got to look out the window and start the pool game. You were the only one can push that button over there, like somebody got to take cover. But you better start talking up like Trump doing, and the preacher over there, Chris Martin, we got to get some Will Smith people to maybe to slap the man of God and see what happened. To Kimberlake, your fire. Chris Martin.
RL,
all
that
this
is your
Trump
time.
Talk about scared, go
Thank
to
you,
church.
RL.
Stay tuned, America.
Thank you.
The next speaker is David Peachy.
Dave Peachy, Fourth Ward. I'm here for I'd like some information. What do these guys that drive around, neighborhood safety officers, actually do? I see 9 of them, at least 9 of them, drive around. I just went by where they parked at, 4 brand new trucks, black. And these are $50,000, $60,000 trucks. Anyway, in my neighborhood, I've asked them, what do you do? The guy kind of laughs, says, I don't know. I said, can you clear that property? I'm not with the land bank. Can you do something about all the fires? Well, I'm not in the fire department. They don't do anything. But the other day, I was passing Asbury Church in the 3rd Ward. If you got time to listen, they were pulled in there, 3 of them, in a blue truck, a silver truck, and a white truck. The white truck usually drives around my neighborhood. They were filling bags up with food and taking it back to their trucks. These guys are working, driving public trucks and going and getting free food that's meant for people. I've seen people line up there at 6:30 in the morning, and they don't pass food out till 9 o'clock. And I tell you, somebody ought to investigate that thing, because I sit there and watch them. I'm not nosy, I just care about that neighborhood. And I sit there and watch them. They'd unload a truck, semi, and these guys who were supposed to be helping people out were taking food and putting it in their own trucks. And they had certain people come up, they could just load all the boxes they wanted and leave. But the people who've been waiting in line for 2 or 3 hours, they ain't got nothing left by 10 o'clock, it's all gone. It's unbelievable. Somebody ought to check on this stuff. But the biggest thing is them safety officers. Didn't they used to be called neighborhood improvement? Or do we still have them? Which I never seen any improvement, but they drove around. They won't even talk to you. They have no legal right to do anything. So Ms. Burns last time said, I'd like to do more for the police officers, more for them, give them more. Get rid of these guys, take that money and put a couple more police officers out there who have the right to do things. These guys are parasites, and they don't even care. They admit they don't do nothing. So if they admit it, why can't you do something about it? Thank you.
The next speaker is Darrell Brown.
Good evening. Darrell Brown, 7th Ward City Council candidate. I got 3 things I just want to talk about. One of them being guns in Flint. We have to do something about making the streets safer. Number 1 of my 3-point plan is definitely safer streets. So Monday I was home with my son and I heard about like 50 gunshots ran out. And this was like 10 in the morning. This is broad daylight. And police officers came out almost like half an hour And to me, that's not acceptable. I had an issue with that, and I still do. People like that, the departments definitely have to be held accountable for what they do or don't do. And I was in Lansing today where we had talked about, I had talked to 3 representatives, and we definitely just got to hold people accountable. And one thing I see that we have to do is work locally. And I aim to do just that, especially here in Flint, because we know we do have a high gun violence rate. A lot of people are affected, and I got to hear all those that are affected by these things today. Secondly, potholes. So we have a lot of potholes here in Flint. We all know that. Tires are getting tore up. And in the 7th Ward, I'm gonna be taking pictures. I'm gonna be showing them out and all that. I did make a few phone calls, and I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm gonna just see in certain areas what they're gonna do. It's almost gonna be like a race to see in the cultural area and then not so cultural area. What are they gonna do? What side are they gonna get to first? But we could have really taken care of this and pre-planned for horrible winters and got this taken care of. Like I'm looking at 80% to 25%, right? So the 80% is tore up. 25% we would have had to fix only if we would have pre-planned for these horrible winters that we had. I don't see no steamrollers, no Packers or anything like that. Those things that we see are on TV, but we do not see it in the city of Flint, and we got to push for those things. And then lastly, pretty much water. We know that the water is not clean. We know that the pipes are not fully replaced. And I don't know why that was said by the mayor that it was or that it would be already. People are still complaining. I hear those complaints, and we got to hold the mayor accountable for, things like that. I know it's election season, but it's kind of like, come on, let's say things that's factual. Everything that I'm saying right now can be backed. We can see these things. We got eyes and we pay attention. So we want to push those, and we really do need a long-term plan for what's going on right now. And I do encourage you all to continue to push for a real plan, not something that's just being said. Thank you.
The next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Good evening. I just wanted to come up for a second. I was sitting back thinking, we have a pilot program. Well, not even a pilot program. We did a health fair back in February. We did a health fair, and we are collecting blood, basically. Flint has a serious and you had PFAS, you had TTHM, DCE, PCE, you name it, we had it in our water. When you hear people speak about Flint water crisis, all you hear about is lead. But it was more than lead, and the narrative needs to be changed. When you take this test or sample, it can detect if you have cancer 5 years out before it even become asymptomatic. So you have a fighting chance on defeating the cancer before it even starts. The information I will be putting out, we have to utilize this. We have to get things in place for the next generations to come. I don't want my grandma, my grandson, my granddaughter, anybody else having to stand out here in the middle of the city of Flint and protest for something that we could have fixed right now. That's the problem. We still protesting from 1968, saying we should overcome when we should have been and overcame already. It's really crucial for us to do what needs to be done right now. And saying all this, Candace, I'm a work in progress. Politically, I take my stand. But when I speak personally, I'm wrong. Like with Councilman Mays, I said some things to him that I had to apologize for because it was personal and not political. And I said something to you that was personal, that I'm apologizing to you in public because I said it in public. So this is something that I said to you a while ago, but I didn't say it public. But I'm saying it to you publicly. Sorry for what I said.
Thank you, Mr. Woodson. Next public speaker, please.
The final speaker for this meeting is Beverly Biggs Levy.
My name is Beverly Biggs Levy. I'm in the 3rd Ward, running for the 3rd Ward City Council seat.
Can you speak up?
LaShawn, I talked to you the other day about Philadelphia Street. That stuff is still sitting down on the sidewalk. I know you'll get to it. I don't know if you called anybody or not. This is my thing. The mayor was on today talking about the damn streets. Mighty funny, he's been in there for 8 years, and them damn streets been the same. All he's doing right now is putting a Band-Aid on them. Them potholes are so big, if you don't fix the street, putting some down ain't gonna help it. Why isn't he out here doing the job? We haven't had nobody to cut branches off in 8 years. You know how you used to go out, see somebody, wintertime coming, you cut the branches down to get the, where you don't have that, where the leaves, the tree branches are not falling in somebody's yard or on somebody's house. He haven't did that. I haven't seen a sidewalk scraper, and God knows when. Clean the gutters out. When it rains, it floods, because them gutters has not been cleaned out in 8 years. It's election time, but he want to be back in that seat. LaShawn, I heard you out there knocking on doors, getting them signatures to get on the ballot. It ain't gonna do no good. He gonna cheat anyway. Getting them signatures ain't gonna mean nothing. You guys need to get with this mayor and have him accountable for the things that he is not doing for the residents. You got them working, some people working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. If you'd have did it all year round, you wouldn't have this problem at this point. Our mayor is sad. And I thank God that, what's his side piece that he hang with? He wouldn't speak. He knew that this was some garbage. He wasted his time, keep going on air, talking about what he's doing. He's doing nothing. And if you put him back in that seat, it's gonna be the same thing the next 4 years. Have a blessed day.
Madam Clerk, you said that was the last speaker?
That's correct.
Thank you. It is now time for council response. Council members will respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who'd like to address? Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I do want to take this opportunity, and Councilwoman Burns, you might be correct, it's a little frosty deep, deep below, but I do want to take this opportunity. Mr. Woodson, I accept your apology, thank you. And I appreciate the fact that, as you said what you said publicly, you offer the apology publicly. So thank you very much. I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Councilwoman in the sixth
Yeah.
ward.
I want to address the potholes, and it's not just potholes, it's the streets, period. And you cannot even say one side of town, because I literally, when I call in the potholes, the first thing I say is a joke that it's entire Flint, because it is. And I don't care where you go, you're going to have problems. And we knew our streets would be bad, and a part of it is planning. Why didn't they plan to make sure the streets were fixed? Every street was cut because we had to repair the service lines, and we had started working on infrastructure. We know that our streets are terrible, and the cold patch, if it snows heavy and ice and it freezes, the cold patch that's in it's going to come back up, because it's cold patch and it is temporary. And we have to quit allowing for temporary fixes. It is not just for, I'm going to say, this level of government, but we need help at the state level. Flint didn't poison itself. We know that every street in Flint has got a cutout, and the streets were heavy equipment on them, which they were not made for heavy equipment. We know that our streets suffered a lot of damage, and no one is thinking about Flint. They're saying they have Flint fatigue. So we need to take it up higher to Lansing, our senators, our state representatives, our Congress people, those people who we don't see in these chambers, but they represent us. We need to make sure they get money from up there to bring it down here, because all we do is allocate it. We allocate it, but we need them to do their job. When we have representatives who miss 160 days and you have representatives who get a D in attendance, that's inexcusable. You're not representing the people. You shouldn't be in that job, period. So as long as this city continues to stay divided, we're going to have problems. And it has to start coming together, because we are better together. But the division is intentional, and it comes from the mayor's office. That's intentional, and it's divisive. Every single press conference he gives.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Councilwoman in the third ward.
I'd like to thank all the residents for who came out. Ms. Biggs, I did speak to someone regarding the place on Philadelphia and Saginaw. I thank you for riding around in our community in the third ward and seeing the different things that we both see and we both on it. So we have to kind of like tag team it. So when you call me, I also put in a complaint, but I also need for you to also put in a complaint, and then I'll follow up with that complaint. So I did contact somebody. So hopefully we should get a resolution or get something resolved. I also looked at the building as well, and I seen one of the pieces of wood is still on the ground. It was as when we seen it, but I don't know if it's still there now. So we need to kind of see if we can get some camera surveillance up, because as soon as we board something up, so I don't know what happened. They taking the wood, what they doing with the wood, just like when we did the cleanup over there on North and Black. It was clean, and then 2 days later, it was back a mess. So just continue to keep on notifying me, let me know. It's gonna take all of us to make it happen, and it wasn't done in one night, and we gotta do some work and get it done. But thank you so much, Ms. Biggs, for your observation, and I'll do the best that I can to make sure it gets done. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Councilman in the first ward.
thank you. I would like to thank the residents as well who spoke and expressed their concerns today. Just would like to give a big shout out to the Howard University students who volunteered with myself and several other individuals all last week. We were able to do several cleanups and also worked on some projects beyond cleanups and things in the ward. I also want to give a big shout out to the Catholic charities, as well as being a proud sponsor of the Flint Elite Warriors, who are in the semifinals basketball game. Our young people are doing some amazing things. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I also like to echo the sentiment of my colleague in the first ward. I was able to participate with the scholars from Howard, and we had a great time. And a special thank you to organizations like Delta Sigma Theta that provided dinner for them. I'm going to reach out to you, Councilman Elamine, to see how we can connect, because having two full bus loads of students coming to Flint and volunteer at our schools, like you said, helping you clean up, I want to see how the city can get on board and do something good for them while they're here. So don't know what that'll look like, but again, when we have youth that are spending their spring break coming to Flint, Michigan to help Flint, yeah, we need to make sure that we roll out the red carpet every time. And I don't know why we didn't even have them at a council meeting to acknowledge them for being here. So I'm looking forward to them coming back. And also, I would like to extend the welcome to other universities, college campuses. Please, yeah, Flint is open, yeah, and we welcome you. And so we thank you all that have taken the time out to build, and we're looking forward to building more relationships. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I'll take my time. I'm going to address some of the concerns that the residents brought up. Mr. McFadden, you asked about the service fee on the credit cards. Like many other companies and businesses around the city, you're seeing a service fee for use of credit cards. The fee that we are passing along is what we pay to process a credit card. I have come down with my checkbook and wrote a check for my bill rather than paying that 3% or the 2.8, I think is the extra cost. But it's a convenience fee to use that. And it is exactly what the city is charged. So we're not making any money on that. Also, regarding the NSOs, they do drive around and issue blight tickets. They've recovered stolen vehicles. They have tagged multiple vehicles in your side of town, in your part of the ward, that are abandoned, and they've had those towed. And they help keep that under control. They can't do anything with land bank property right now. I hope that right on the opposite corner from you, on the west side of your property, there's 2 trailers. One's, I was told, is people are living in, and I have asked that that be taken care of, and that's something that he would do. So that's what they do. And yes, they do drive around in new vehicles, but their vehicles were quite old when we replaced them, but those vehicles are, I think, 2 years old now. So they're not brand new, and they are driven every day all around the ward and all around the city. And that is my time. I will now entertain a motion on the consent agenda. Yes. There's a motion by the councilwoman in the 7th ward to approve the consent agenda, seconded by the councilman in the 1st. Is there any separations? Just a second. Let me grab my agenda. Okay, go ahead.
We may also go ahead and separate. It's only a few things, the whole agenda.
All right, everything is separated. Let me make a note here. All right.
Because there was I got a whole box of them.
All right, so our first separation is 260085, a grant acceptance, additional funds, Flint Township Multi-Jurisdictional Edward Byrne Memorial
Madam
Justice Assistance
Chair.
Grant, JEG Flint Police Department.
Sorry, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
I would like to make a motion that we send 260085 to council.
It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward, to send 260085 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Is there anyone here who can speak to this grant, what we're using it, what it has been used for? Madam Chair, to you, Mr. Edwards. Looks like that falls on you. That's job number 2,742.
Mr. Edwards, if you could please approach the lectern.
I know you probably haven't, this is with the police department. I know, and we don't see Chief Green or anyone here or the deputy chief to represent. So can you tell me what they have, do you know what they've used it for, or what this specific grant is for?
Other than the information provided, no, I don't have anything that I can add to that. I did send something to the deputy chief, so I'm not sure what
Can you
happened.
Can you have, because it looks like it's split between a couple of agencies, and it looks
You
like.
do know that this, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you
No,
do
no.
know this was money that was being added to already approved by council. This is
Yeah, I
additional.
do. I want to know
Okay.
what has
Okay.
been some of the outcomes,
Okay.
what are we doing with it? I would like to know the programming. So if you could have Chief Green here or someone from his department who's over these dollars with the programming, so that I would like to ask questions, what they're using it for, what are the outcomes? Is it benefiting? So if you could, for Monday, if you could please do that.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I yield the floor.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Seeing none, this is the vote to send 260085 to council.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey
She's
Carter?
cheering in her seat.
Oh, yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. That would be
Madam
sent-
Chair,
Yes.
the vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Oh, 8 yes, I'm sorry. Yes. Councilman in the 7th Ward. Yes, I did forget the second round of discussion. Thank you. I realized that after I called for the vote and the vote was happening. All right, the next resolution is just 260086, contract for Delta Concrete and Industrial Contracting, water pollution control, decant tanks improvement.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to send 260086 to council.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward, to send 260086 to council. Is there any discussion? Okay.
Through you to Jeanette, I believe this would be Miss Jeanette Best, if I'm correct. And it's actually, yeah. And I don't know, Miss Jeanette Best, if you can just tell us,
Miss Best, will you please approach the lectern, please?
if you could, please tell us, what this is for. And then also, I did send an email in regards to this dual sewer system. I had some questions. I talked to Eric Pocan, but I had some more questions. If you could send me like when that start date for that project. I know you're just till you get to lecture, I'm gonna get this one. So if you could please answer that one, when that dual sewer, the old 100 line and 50 line start date and, so on. Could you tell us what this is for, please?
This is for, excuse me. This is for our digestate storage, which is the biosolids that we digest. And after they're treated, we have to have a storage tank for them. Right now, we only have one storage tank, which doesn't allow us to take it out of service for any kind of maintenance. And we had two tanks that were not used anymore. They were in part of the plant from an old process. So we're converting them to digestate storage tanks, which will give us more storage for treated biosolids. And then we'll be able to take the other tank out of service and do maintenance on it.
Okay, so this is for the solids, our waste.
Right.
Okay. And so will this prevent, will this help to prevent where we have like some of this partially treated sewage? Will it help to do that? To where we don't have a release into the Flint River, or this doesn't have anything to do with
Doesn't
that?
have anything to do with that. It
Okay.
has to
Is
do
this
with
when we
the-
sell the sewage? Because I know,
No, we
don't
don't
we
sell it.
sell sewage to biofuels?
No, we don't.
We don't. I thought we were doing that.
No, we,
Solid waste?
after we dewater it, we digest it, it goes in the storage tank. From the storage tank, it goes into the dewatering process, which is centrifuges. We dewater it and then we send it to a landfill. But in the digester, it breaks down some of the solids and it produces methane gas, which we use to power engines, which generates electricity that we use on the plant grounds.
Can you say that last part? That you,
The biosolids go to the digesters, which breaks down. It won't-
yeah, it
won't
was
go-
also, it's,
It won't go any lower. Yeah. The digesters break down the solids and reduce the volume. And when they do that, they produce methane gas, and we use the methane gas to run engines that run generators that produce electricity that we use at the plant.
okay, so when it's broken down, we use, so that's that big flame that's out there.
Right.
Okay, because you can't miss it.
That's the extra gas we're making. and
Oh,
we've got-
that's the extra.
And we've got plans for that in the future.
So we take and use break down our own solid and use it to run machinery on our own plant.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting educated, and I appreciate that. So this will allow you to fix the other one and have one. So will you use both, or will one just always be an auxiliary?
This will give us redundancy and more capacity.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Edwards is going to send you a formal statement about the project. He wants to give it to you in writing.
Oh, great, because I would like to share. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Last call, first round. Any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? Okay, this is the vote to send 260086 to council.
Emails on that part too,
Oh, Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Yes.
Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashat,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Mr. Alamin. The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That would be sent to council. Just a second. Resolution, I'm on the wrong page. Resolution 260086. The next resolution is 260087. Contract with Metcalf Electric Incorporated for medium voltage distribution improvements and water pollution control. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
motion to send this to council.
It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 6th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward to send 260086 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, madam.
through you two, it's probably Jeanette Best again.
That's why she's still there.
Because I didn't see you behind Mr. Woodson.
I was hiding.
I'm looking back there.
I'm just really short.
That's just a little height challenge. That's okay. Quick question. Okay, so I'm looking. So this is so Metcalf. Look, is this Officer Metcalf's electrical?
No.
So I was just joking, Judy. Thank you.
That was my thought when I said
Yeah.
it.
Can you tell us what this project is, please? It looks like, and reading in our summary, it had experienced failures, which was over 50 years old. So
Right.
is this for upgrades?
This is to replace all the old underground medium voltage wiring in the plant. We've had 2 of the lines that have already broken and we had to do an emergency repair. And what this will do is replace all of those lines that are 50 years old before they break and take the plant out of service.
So
Because-
this is some preventive
Yes,
before it breaks completely.
yes.
Oh, this is good. So the cost is $867,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then how long does the project take? I didn't see that in here.
I don't remember how long it, probably less than 6 months.
Okay. Well, and in 50 years, I know that the cabling, everything has changed considerably.
Yeah, this is all wire that's underground, so.
So it has to be dug up. Is it
Well,
in
there-
is it in
there are
conduit?
There are access manholes, so you can grab hold of one end of it and pull it out, and then feed in another one, put it back where it came from, put a new one in.
So
or
is
you
it in
take it out.
conduit underground?
Yes,
Okay. So they can grab it, pull it out,
and then put it back in. Mhm.
and fish it back through.
Right. But
How,
it goes all over the entire plant, so there's a whole lot of it, which is why it costs so much.
yeah, that's a big project. Okay, that was my only questions. Thank you.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Is there any discussion in the second round? Is there any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? This is the vote to send 260087 to council.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Yes.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Mashat.
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Mr. Alamin.
Yes.
Dr. Lewis.
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. All right, our next resolution is 260089, acceptance Genesee County Senior Millage Funding for Eric Mays Senior and Community Service Center and amend the fiscal year 2026
Madam
budget.
Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to send resolution 260089 to council.
Support.
It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, seconded by this councilman in the 1st ward to send 260089 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
To you, to Mrs. Wiggins. I believe she runs the main.
Ms.
center.
Wiggins?
He's so little. They need to let him run. Good evening. How are you today?
Doing great, doing well,
Good.
doing well.
Good. Congratulations on the funding for the Mays Center
Thank you.
from the county senior millage. Just had a couple questions. What will it be used for? Is it for salaries, programming?
It's going to be used for supplies, professional services, copying services, utilities, education and training, and equipment.
So can you tell us like some of the things in the programming that you have now? Because you got quite a few things going on over there.
Oh, yeah, we're quite excited over there. We just received a program partnershiping with mental health, Genesee County Mental Health, that we have a therapist to come in once a week for the seniors, as well as we have classes like quilting classes, sewing class, computer classes, health classes, and art and craft and classes, and that's what I can think of right now, top of my head.
You know, quilting used to be really popular for
Quilting,
seniors.
we're starting quilting,
Yeah.
yes.
Quilting was really, everybody had a quilt.
Mhm.
Well, my grandmother's day. And
Yeah.
I still have a quilt from my great grandmother.
Well, one thing about quilting is that not only is it something, a legacy that seniors can use for their children and grandchildren, it can turn into a small business. So that's one of the good things about a quilting class that we have here at Mays Center that we're starting.
That's a good thing. Approximately how many seniors do you serve through there per month?
Per month, we serve about, unduplicated, we serve maybe about 250 right now per month.
That's good.
Mhm, mhm.
That's good. It seems like our seniors are taking advantage of all the senior centers, which is good for different programming, to stay busy and for socialization. I would like, it would be nice if we had, I think, Judy, you need a senior center on your side.
Yep. been trying to
Your
work on
side
it.
needs to have one so that they don't have to drive all the way to the northwest side or the west side and then the north side. But the McKinley Center you're going to be, when will that one start having senior services?
We have a new director at McKinley Center, so if he was here, he could answer that question. I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Oh, I
Mhm.
thought you did both. I
No,
apologize
no.
for that.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
I
That's
thought
all
you
right.
did both. Well, congratulations on getting the 54,000.
Yes, yes.
Great. I'm glad you got quilting.
Yes, you need to come to the class.
Look, I need to learn how to quilt.
Yes, it would be great.
Thanks. I yield the floor, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, through you to Mrs. Wiggins. Hi, Mrs. Wiggins, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on the 54, well, near 55,000. I have a question. If millage funding is reduced or eliminated in the future, how will the center sustain operations?
Well, that could be a question that finance could handle or answer, but for right now, we're handling it right now. We don't have the millage, so.
Okay. And you hadn't, I mean, as the director too, you need to think about that too.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you
yes.
need to think about that because these monies, I mean, it's good that you got this.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
But we gotta always, even, with any grant money or millage money, you gotta always think about
Yes.
how you're gonna be able to sustain.
Well, we
Yeah.
are looking into grants right now. We are looking into grants, but, for right now, we're looking
Okay.
for, and we do have small fundraisers, but not a large amount of
Right.
fundraising, yes.
Yeah, not large enough, well.
To sustain
yeah,
a salary,
yeah.
anything of that
But as
sort,
long
yes.
as you're having fundraisers, that's some,
Yes.
to
yes,
help
yes.
with, whatever it is that you need, programming, and materials and all of that. Okay, that was one question and something that we all need to be thinking about. I mean, even for myself, working for a nonprofit organization, I'm always thinking about, okay, how I'm gonna sustain, as far
Yes.
as my program that I run. So but I'm always writing, trying to, see about different grants that I can write to help with other things. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
thank you. Through you to Ms. Wiggins.
Mhm.
Good evening.
Hi.
Well, you all have been in operation now about how long? at the center?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yes.
Do you happen to know in that year what the operating expenditures have been, the cost have been?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Do you have a feel, and if not, I do see that Mr. Moore is back in the back, so maybe this might have to be a question for him. Do you know of what you project or have had by way now of almost a year of actuals? How much of the expenses, what percentage will this $54,000 cover? Will it cover approximately half of the anticipated annual expenses, or is that a Mr. Moore?
It's a Mr. Moore
Okay.
question. Yes.
Okay, thank you. If possible, Madam Chair, to have Mr. Moore
Mr.
come
Moore.
forward. Good evening, Mr. Moore. Having been in operation now for almost a year, are you able to give us somewhat of a number around their expenditures at the center?
The last year, we've been very bare bones, it's been a very bare bones operation. We've been hoping to get the funding that we've just received. I don't have the reports for what we spent year to date, but I can send that to you. It's not very much. We spent we had some money in some ARPA dollars that could be spent for the equipment and TVs and computers and such. We did that last fiscal year. This year, we've put some money together to provide some bare bones programming.
Where did that money come from?
That's come from a number of different little pockets. I can get you the account numbers for that.
Okay. And what are the projections for the year? Do you know?
We're not off the top of my head, but we are going to be having a session about that for the budget that's coming up. And we can go into depth when we had the budget hearing.
Do you have a feel as to, for the funds that are being presented tonight, for the grant award that we received, approximately what percentage of the expenditures does that cover?
That will cover a large part of the non-personnel costs that,
But I'm trying to understand what the total cost.
The total cost, no, I'll have that. I can get that for you by Monday, or I can get it for the
And
budget
then to
hearing.
understand how the total cost will be covered.
Okay,
If
the way we've funded it, we've taken from a number of different areas. For example, we used some ARPA dollars for the personnel, and we've taken some money out of the Parks and Rec Fund and a few dollars out of the general fund. So
Request for information.
What's your request?
He said he used ARPA dollars, and did we approve them?
yes. Yes to both questions there.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Somewhat along the lines of my colleague in the Fifth Ward, I too am interested to know how we sustain this moving forward. I mean, and I know every opportunity or every program does not always have ironclad dollars the day you announce it. But I'm really just trying to understand what we have for going forward.
When we started this project, our plan all along has been to, we had a very much a bare bones budget with the idea that we would apply and be eligible for the millage. The millage is going to pay for.
Just a question quickly. The award that we received, was it the full millage for a facility of that size?
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion in the second? Go ahead.
Mr. Moore, I believe millage for that first one is about 17,000. So we did not, so it looks like it was, you to Councilman Jarrett, that it was about half for that size. It's a tier 1 and a tier 1 and a tier 2. Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore.
The normal budget would normally have been around $130,000, but they prorated it for their fiscal year. So we didn't get the full allocation because it's been prorated for when we received it.
So then, Councilman Jarrett, that should answer. So there was a prorated amount. And so you're going to apply, when is the application time again for the funds?
I'm not active.
No, I think.
Okay.
RL, please.
Okay, so how about this? If we could, Mr. Moore.
September is when.
September.
Right.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Councilwoman in the Sixth Ward, is it that in looking at the resolution, January 1 through September 30th, so that's 9 months' worth. So that's more than half.
Mhm.
And it appears that this 54,000 is not half or more than half of what was allocated otherwise.
Through the chair,
Would that be fair?
Yes.
just to clarify, since there are 3 levels of support that can be provided to a senior center, the Mays Center is at a level 1. And so the full amount that a center of that size would be eligible for is approximately $72,000. And so when you go to a level 2, based on membership and number of programs that you have, then that increases. And so the maximum is the level 3, where would it be approximately $137,000 for a level 3, and we're at level 1.
Okay, so how many, what is the membership at that level 1?
You are to have 100 unduplicated monthly.
So then we don't have 250 then?
Well, that's what they based it on for the application at the time.
Okay.
If she says she has 250, she may be getting that now,
That
but
may
at
have
the
been
time
raised.
that the application
When was
was.
the application submitted?
Okay, I'm sorry, as well as not just with the attendance, but you have to have so many educational classes, you
Right.
have to have so many health classes, you have to have so many social service and programs and services in place as well.
Right. My time is, this is what, if we could, and I think this would clear everything up for everybody. If we can get a copy of what the salaries are, who gets salaries, what the salary amounts are, what the programming costs are, what supplies are, because we know that we're not running that on $54,000 at all. And then also, where have these monies come from? You know, what account? Because I don't recall, and it wasn't, I don't recall that coming to ARPA to spend.
No, most of that, a lot of that was not ARPA.
It was-
Salaries came from ARPA.
Did it come to the council approved for salaries? Because
Yes, yes.
I don't think we
That
did.
resolution was approved by city council.
I'm looking at some folks and it's a no.
Mr. Parks and Rec.
I'm looking. I mean, so if we could get the breakdown for salaries, programming, supplies, and then how we've paid for them. And that's a referral through you, Madam Chair. If you could get that, please, salaries, programming, to break it down. And then all council members could get, and that way, that should answer all the questions. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round or second round?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So, Mr. Moore, Madam Chair, through you to Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore, I'm gonna ask the question that I asked before. If millage funding is reduced or eliminated in the future, how will the center be sustained?
That's a good question. We'll have to look at all the costs. We'll have to fit it in with the city's priorities for the budget. My guess is that we'll figure out a way to fund it. We may have to do some things like fundraisers and things to make it operational, but I think we can make it work.
So now, Mr. Moore, so you said that the salaries for the center was through ARPA.
That's correct.
And I don't know. Sometimes I might look crazy, but I'm not crazy. I don't remember, and I don't know if my colleagues remember, I don't remember us approving salaries for that center. Now, I do know this, that the mayor has a $75,000 threshold. Okay? That he can use without council's approval. Would that be The way that salaries are being paid?
No, no. It came out of the ARPA dollars.
Okay, what is the personal service contract? How much is the personal service contract?
I'd have to pull the contract to tell you that. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, can we have this information, brought to us in special affairs? Because these are things we need to know.
Yes.
Because I'm really concerned, how has that center been operating? What funds? So, and I think my colleague asked for everything, so did you ask for it to be submitted for special affairs, or?
I did not for special affairs, so you could do that.
I sent the email already.
Okay,
Can you read what your email is after she's done, Judy?
all right. I'm gonna yield in case my colleagues have questions.
I was asked to read out the email that I sent. And it was, please provide council with a listing of salaries and expenses for the Mays Senior Center. We would also like a breakdown of funding sources.
Request for information.
Yes.
Madam Chair, that email is being sent to
Clyde.
Mr.
As appropriate.
Mr. Edwards. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Request information.
Yes,
Councilwoman Picard also asked about the personal service contract.
that was always after I sent it.
Can you put a? Yeah. And make sure we say it a referral, because we don't get things if it don't say referral around here.
Cause I might be crazy, look
Bless you.
crazy sometimes, but I ain't crazy. I don't remember.
Council would also like the amount of any personal service contracts. Please provide these for special affairs. Yeah.
And we can also need Judy too, because they said we paid for our TV, or we paid for equipment out of our, I don't remember approving out of our equipment, TVs and other equipment. I don't remember that coming to council. Yeah, so I think he said ARPA, we paid for TV and equipment. I don't remember that coming through ARPA. If you could put that in the email too. How much have we spent? Well, I'm sorry, that would be general fund now. That's what it's treated as. That's why I spent $1,000 at they will, that's right. Who've been throwing me under the bus with grandkids.
Any other discussion? RL, please. RL. RL? I don't want to give you a warning. Next time I will. Is there any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? This is the vote to send 260089 to council.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
Affairs. No.
Ms.
Special
Mashat?
affairs.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent.
Jerry got to
Mr.
talk to
Jarrett?
Judy.
No.
Mr.
They
Alamin?
need to go to special affairs.
Dr. Lewis?
No.
Ms. Johnson? Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
The vote is 4 yes, 4 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 4 no.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
make a motion to send it to special affairs.
There's a vote, there's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 6th ward to send to, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward, to Special Affairs. This is the vote.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to Special Affairs. Our next resolution is add-on number 1, resolution to initiate the process for hiring sign language interpreters for city council meetings. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, go ahead.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to send add-on number 1 to.
You know Leon gonna support it.
It's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilmen in the 1st ward to send the add-on 1 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
This resolution is so that we can get interpreters here. We see the importance of it because even the mayor has them at his in meetings. So this is to, I believe we need to fill in the blanks. It is something that we should have. I don't believe that our population who are hearing impaired should have to schedule to come to a meeting. They should be able to do just like we do. If they want to come to a meeting, they should be able to communicate and know what's going on in the meeting. So I believe we need to figure out, through you to the city clerk, Madam Chair, to you, to the city clerk, Ms. Donahue, we need to figure out the duration, how many council meetings, and the amount. Is that correct?
Madam Clerk.
Yes, that is correct. You need to specify which meetings you would like to have the interpreters for, whether it's all of your regularly scheduled meetings, including committees. You also have budget hearings that will be coming up soon, as well as several special meetings before the end of the fiscal year concerning the budget.
And so we're doing this just for this budget cycle before we adopt the new one in July. Is that correct?
That's at council's discretion.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to go into budget. And I think you had some things, then we can take a relook at it for budget. This would get someone in here, which, I mean, this shouldn't have dragged on this long. And you look at other municipalities, and they have someone available. We actually have the Michigan School for the Deaf, not even 6-7 minutes away. And so we are isolating a population who cannot communicate, or they won't know what's going on. So we can do it for up until we adopt our new budget, and then it should be for all meetings. And in the amount of, I think you said a blanket amount, you said for a year before it was 30,000, is that correct? Or is that for half a year?
The last estimate was based on an entire year's worth of your regularly scheduled meetings with an estimate of cost for the interpreters, because you would have to have 2 for every meeting, and an average of 4 hours per meeting, which is the average length of your meetings. And I believe that was approximately, I think 34 to 38,000 for the year. And that was just the regular meetings.
And so we're looking at about, what, 3, maybe 4 months? So if we put an amount, we know that what we don't use will go back. So if we do 25,000, and it can be taken out of, I don't know, look like the slush fund is the ARPA fund now, that you can just spend it. But if we can use it out of the, the general fund, it's general, all right, you can put anything in it. If we can get it taken out of the opioid fund, 30% of the opioid fund we can use for anything other than opioid, I think, and this could actually be tied into it because we should be able to communicate with it, but if we can use it out of that opioid fund for 25,000, have it up into our new budget adoption date, and people can vote it up or down. I mean, it's time for us to quit kicking this can down the road and let our community who are hearing impaired, let them come deal with the people who don't support it. I am supporting it. I think it's time that we get it done. And we should not be, I know that's bothering you. I know. Can we check and see what the I'm surprised you didn't say anything. Normally you do to me. Yeah, but I don't want you to bother you like that. I know that
It
bothers
stopped.
you. Yeah. So if we can do it for 25,000, do it to the end, to the term, to end, when our new budget is adopted, have it taken out of the opioid fund, and let everyone vote it up, vote it down. So I think this is fair. I think the community has asked, everyone is aware. We know that the mayor is now having, which I appreciate him having, sign language interpreters at his numerous council meetings.
Thank you.
Yes,
Any other discussion?
all press conferences.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
thank you. So I'm not against this resolution, but I just went to a meeting at the Gloria Coles Library. And as they were speaking, their words were coming across on the screen. So there's technology out here for way cheaper that we can get this done. We can have the words across the monitor. We just need to upgrade our technology. So I think that we need to look into that first. Because, and I do understand that the mayor is using some sign language interpreter, but he doesn't have screens and stuff during his press releases, and for whatever reason, so, but I'm definitely glad that he's doing it. But for our purposes, it looks like it'd be a better idea if we looked into getting the technology, because the technology is here. I've seen it myself. I know that I asked from this floor about the technology, and I was told that it was expensive. And then when I went to the meeting and saw them running it off of.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Madam Chair, through you to Councilwoman Lewis. Did you say he have what during his press conferences? Screens?
Right.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, and so by us having these screens, it allows us to give them the closed captioning that they need, and it stands up high so all can see. So I'm not against the young lady securing a job for herself at all, but what I am interested in making sure that we spend these funds in the best way. And so we have the technology, and so we can just look into the technology, because when I was told, again, that it was too expensive and that we didn't have it, I took the word. And then when I went out into the world and saw that the technology is there, it is low cost and is standard on a lot of equipment, I want to take a pivot to see what we can do to ensure that we are being good stewards of these funds, in addition to that we're serving everyone and that everyone can see. So so that is it. Again, want to just say it again, I'm not against this resolution, but I think it'd be a great idea if we look into technology that can put the words on the screen, because it was real time. As they spoke, the words came across the screen. It was no delay. It came right across the screen. So we'd like to see if we can do that, so we can get them shown on our big 80, 70-inch monitors that we have in the screen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam
Go
Chair.
ahead.
I do want to go ahead and just read the resolution. I know it's an add-on. You all may not have that for yourselves, but it's a resolution to initiate the process for hiring sign language interpreters for city council meetings. So while it does say that at the top, it does say the Flint City Council desires to do all things necessary to ensure that individuals with disabilities have equal access to participate in its meetings. And the Flint City Council currently broadcasts its meetings on the official Flint City Council YouTube channel, which provides closed captioning for the hearing impaired. Other ADA accommodations that could be considered by the city council include, but are not limited to, sign language interpreters, virtual meeting participation. City council will also need to make budget amendments to allow for any accommodations it chooses to adopt. And the Flint City Council wishes to do all things necessary to provide sign language interpreters for city council meetings at this time. The Flint City Council will do all things necessary to initiate the process of providing sign language interpreters for its, and then it just goes into a bunch of blanks of filling it in. So the way that I interpreted this, and Councilwoman Burns, correct me if I am incorrect, is that while we wait for the technology, in the meantime, you want to have the sign language interpreters present until we get the technology that can go across the screen.
That is correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was interpreting that correctly. I know that our clerk has been looking into some things, and I think that if we give her an opportunity, Clerk Donahue, do you think Monday you could talk about some of the things you are looking into? Because I think that that will help us better vote on this, because I'm not necessarily opposed to the temporary sign language interpreters, because I know that you were also looking into some technology. And so if you wouldn't mind just kind of letting us know what you're looking into Monday in special affairs, so we could properly vote on this so that it makes sense for everyone.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, that sounds good. And so in the meantime, I would like to send this add-on to special affairs. I'm making a motion, Madam Chair.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward, to send resolution add-on 1 to special affairs. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashat,
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Mr. Alamin. Yes. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter.
Yes.
And the vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no's. That will be sent to special affairs. All right, we now have our special order discussion items requested by Dr. Lewis, who's not in at the moment, for a 15-minute discussion concerning ARPA funds. Yeah, we can start the time. Would anyone like to start?
I think she's coming right out, I think. Okay, well, look, I am. So.
Excuse.
Madam Chair. Right, see, Candace, she chairs. When a whole
ahead.
meeting, even when her mic is off. Oh, I'll yield, you were in the back. I'll yield to you, Councilmember Lewis, because this was your special.
This is your special order, Dr. Lewis.
Okay, thank you. If through you, Madam Chair, if Mr. Edwards could approach the lectern.
Mr. Edwards.
Okay, so I am circling back per the request made on February the 4th about information. Now, it was the CFO, and it was Seamus, and it was the councilperson Priestley. And so I'm bringing you to the lectern just because I pulled an email, and it was from my last correspondence with Nick from the city. And this is when I attempted to reach out to Nick. He said, "Good afternoon, Dr. Lewis. I would love to be able to discuss this matter with you, but at the direction of Mr. Edwards, I've been forbidden to communicate with council people. Please reach out to the city administration for more information." So I'm reaching out to you since you're the person I'm supposed to reach out to. So I submitted those questions to you on the 4th of February. So where are we with the answers?
See, I guess you need to restate, what are the questions? I'm sorry. What are the questions that were asked about? This is about the ARPA.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we provided, I'm told by the CFO that he provided the documentation to all council members of the report that we turn in to the federal government. And that report is also prepared, or at least assisted in preparation, from E&Y. So everything that has gone on about ARPA, essentially is in that report, and it meets the requirements as it goes to the federal government. It's a public document, so it's not even something that
Okay, that's great to hear about the report. Now, I asked some specific questions about ARPA. So who can answer those questions that I asked?
again, what are those specific questions again?
All right, so.
The CFO is here.
So my phone is about to die per usual. However, I know I sent the questions to my colleagues, so they should have them in their email. So just in case it dies in the process, they can pick them up. But the questions were, well, for one, it was about the balance. It was about the spending, the monthly spending of ARPA since we transferred the money. And then it was also some questions about the interest. So it was those questions. I'm a little concerned that the people that report to you did not share these questions with you when we have been directed to come to you for questions about ARPA, since they can't communicate with us. So they never shared these questions with you?
I'm not familiar with the question. And as far as the communication, I do want to address that. I don't know why he said that it was my directive. It's a directive from the administration.
I didn't say it again.
I said the directive of the pattern in which things are to flow was a direction from the mayor. I said, he told you that I said that, and I'm telling you that no, I took my direction from the mayor.
Okay, well, all right, well, you're the.
I just want to make sure that we understand.
Okay, well, whatever it is, okay, I understand. So you're the mayor's helper. So with that being said, so you said that you have not received the questions.
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm not familiar with them. You stated them just now. So I was
Okay.
letting you know, no, I'm not familiar with
Okay,
those questions.
understood. Well, maybe we can have, through you, Madam Chair, can we have the CFO approach the lectern? Okay, Mr. Moore, so I want to go back to the question that I submitted on the 4th. So we had, it's now March the 18th, so you had over a month to get the answer, so just waiting for the answers.
RL.
I didn't understand, I didn't hear your question there.
I didn't give you one, I sent them to you, I put them in writing per administration's request on February the 4th, and I sent them to you.
Yes.
Yep, so you should already know the questions.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
The remaining ARPA dollars that we have for both the 287 fund and the 101 fund is approximately $33 million. Of which about approximately 6 million of that is in the 287 and about a little bit less than 28 million is in the 101 fund.
So you said 6 million is what?
Is the 287.
What's the 287?
That's the original ARPA fund. And the 101 is the general fund.
Okay. All right, so what I hear is, so out of the $40 million that we had transferred, we have $33 million left.
33 million, yes.
Okay, so $33 million left.
So a lot of that has been obligated already, so that's not available to be spent. We can't spend all of that.
Okay, all right, so what have it been obligated to? That was also another one of the questions. So what are the obligations?
Well, the other question I think he has, the amount that was expended. I think that's your second question, how much was expended?
Obligated, so we were talking about obligations, so since we transferred the funds, and that was what, January 2025, so how have they been obligated? Because you said that we got 33 million left, but they already been accounted for, that's what I'm hearing. So where have these monies been allocated to?
I have, that's a very large spreadsheet that we have. If I can share that with you if you like, if you make an appointment, come to my office, I'll share that with you and go over that.
Well, you know, I appreciate it, but since we're on the floor, leave it on the floor so everybody can see, because I don't want to be accused of doing anything backdoor. So just want to just bring it here. So is it possible for you to bring it, and maybe we can have another special order where you come with the answers to all of the questions that I asked you?
I'm not sure I can get some of the questions that you asked would be very difficult to present in a forum like this. But to look at when we're spending millions of dollars, we have many obligations and expenses and invoices. That'd be very difficult to discuss that in a meeting. I can show you what the report has. It doesn't have everything by every single month. We do it by quarter. To break it up monthly would be very difficult, but we can provide that to you.
Okay, well, quarterly, if we have to do it quarterly, that would be fine. And I didn't think it'd be too hard because I thought that if we go by quarter, go by month, first quarter, this is how we allocated the dollars, this is where they went.
Right.
Second quarter, this is how we allocated the dollars, this is where they went. So we should be able to do that,
I
right?
can do that. I provided you this quarterly report a couple weeks back. We have quarterly reports that go back to the beginning of ARPA that would show you how we spent the money every quarter since we've received the ARPA dollars, if you like.
Yeah, so you're saying that you have paperwork to show how you have spent every single dollar from ARPA?
Absolutely.
What I've been asking for since the 4th. That's all I've been asking for.
I'll make sure that Davina gets a copy of that.
Please make sure that she gets a copy. And
Point of
so,
information. The mayor's had a copy of it down in his office for a week for you, and you haven't picked it up yet.
We gotta go to his office.
okay. So I definitely appreciate her for letting me know that the mayor had it for me in his office. I went down there on Monday and it was not there. So that's your point of information. I asked Leslie, the receptionist, for it. She looked all around and didn't see it. So I showed up and did my part. So thank you, Madam Priestley. So it'll be great if you could provide that information. I'm doing my part.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I said what I had to say. So we have it established that you will, so I'm going to pick up the paperwork. I'll go back again. And then
I'm going to call you all to order, please. We do have a conversation on the floor and not have back and forth between each other. Thank you. Go ahead.
And so I'll be looking from the paperwork that you're talking about as well. And I'll be looking to set up a special order. Should we do it the next the next finance meeting where you can go through the quarterly reports with us?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Moore. I yield the floor. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I want to add another 15 minutes.
Motion on the floor to add an additional 15 minutes to this discussion item by the councilwoman in the 6th ward, supported by the councilwoman in the 7th ward.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Nobody got to speak because of her.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. Mr. Moore, I just have a few quick questions because I know with our timing. And I'm going to be nice to you because before, if I said that, how you were just talking, I would have been thrown out. Okay? So I've been asking for the ARPA, and we need to have this to be, and Mr. Edwards, for you too, to be transparent, and Mr. Ed, for you too, because it's just really simple. People want to know where the money is spent, and that's just the basic question, and residents deserve to know. They deserve to know. So if we can have how it's spent, I didn't get the report. Councilwoman Winfrey Carter didn't get it, and
You can have this one after the meeting.
I don't have that, Mr.
I know. I can give you this to you.
Yeah,
after.
yeah, if you could get that, so, because that's what we've been asking for. And I know when I send mine, I send mine to the clerk, and the clerk will send it. And I've been asking for over a year. I've been asking since 2023 December, when 5 of these council members voted to put $40 million for safekeeping in the general fund, and now the ad hoc committee got questions. So I would like to have, and that would be the dashboard. Who has access to the dashboard? Because we don't, and the ad hoc committee stated they don't. So who has access to the dashboard? Is it just finance?
Finance does have access to it, but there are other people that have access. I don't know who determines that.
You don't know who? Mr. Edwards, who has access to the dashboard, sir? Would it be your finance and your top administrators? And
As I stated before, the dashboard was just a tool to work through this process. So just like anything, any internal tool that we use to just make sure the real document with the proper information is this report that's turned into the federal government.
okay, so we don't have that real document that's turned into the federal government. And is it a prerequisite? I'm not going to the mayor's office down there to, yeah, if you, yeah, I mean, we all need a copy. If you could please do that. And so where we're asking for is transparent. How much was allocated, Mr. Moore? Can you get us how much is allocated and who is allocated to? I mean,
Yes, we can.
can we do that? Is that in that report?
This would have all that.
Who it's allocated to?
Yes.
Okay. And the 287 fund, which was the original fund that it came into, you said, is it 6 million in there? And maybe we need to you need to do an ARPA presentation, because this is just, to me, at a point, because it's causing further division.
Yeah.
There are basic questions with the ARPA. Is it possible for you to give a presentation to show us in categories where everything was spent, so we're presenting it to the public in a transparent way? And that would be the entities, the names, and also the interest, how much we got in interest, because this was supposed to be to help our community. And people keep saying it's not the people's money, but if you live in Flint, it should affect your life and you're a resident. So we can get that. And are you still meeting with the ARPA committee or just with Councilwoman Priestley?
The ARPA committee,
The ad hoc committee, because we still have ARPA money. Are you meeting with the ad hoc committee?
that has pretty much,
What? Y'all never have.
uh,
So who was in the ad hoc committee? Who did you? Yeah, but who would, when they would go to, who were y'all meeting with?
So on the request from Dr. Lewis and myself, who were on the ARPA committee, we still have a standing meeting with the mayor every Wednesday. I meet with him, Dr. Lewis does not.
Yeah, so, and then the ARPA, the ad hoc committee is supposed to come and share what is learned in the meeting with the mayor. So how are you not invited to the meeting? You the numbers guy. I mean, that's the meeting. You need to be in that meeting. If ain't nobody else in that meeting, Mr. Moore, you need to be in that meeting because you're the chief, the CFO, chief finance officer. How y'all in a meeting without the guy with the numbers?
Request for information.
I attended at least 2 meetings.
Did you know that wasn't an ARPA meeting? That was just a general leadership meeting. So that wasn't, that was ARPA?
See this?
Oh, well. That's just why I don't go, right? Okay.
Well, Councilwoman Lewis says she doesn't go because she don't know basically what meeting that it's different when we all working for the people now. And I appreciate this because it should have been this way all along. So if you can, is it something that you can do to present? This is a mess. You know, when they don't even know which meeting they were in. And you should be that's your job. And I'm not mad at you because they should have told you to be, the mayor should have told you to be there. Or Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards, is it a reason why Mr. Moore wasn't in the meetings? Okay, this is in, let me say this, and no, Candace, I know you cheering from the side, 'cause that's what you do every meeting. Is it possible for you, so we can have some transparency, Mr. Edwards, that Mr. Moore can prepare a presentation on ARPA? Is that something that's possible? Because is that possible? So through a referral through you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk, that Mr. Moore prepare 30-minute presentation, is that okay? Because you giving us figures on a paper, we need to know your figures.
Okay.
And when things was allocated, we need visual. I'm visual.
Okay.
Because they weren't invited. You weren't in the meetings where they were doing the ad hoc committee. So if we can do that and we could have the interest, what you spent, is it easier for you to do quarterly? The
Quarterly is
money
much
came
easier.
in, I think, May 2020. Is it easier? I'm sorry, I'll wait for Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, did you need the podium at all?
It's easier to do it quarterly because that's the way we report to the federal government.
Okay, so is this also with the spreadsheets we used to get?
Yes, and the other thing about getting the quarterly reports is that's
All right,
also reviewed
this is
by
your
Ernst
warning.
& Young before it's submitted. So it has had a review besides just our staff. They're
Okay,
good numbers.
do we know how many on that report that we now know which, for the allocation, the ARPA committee, which me and Councilman Mays took to court, and it was an illegal meeting, illegal committee, should have never been formed, and we won that one. Then we had the allocations. Do we know how many on those reports that did, because people are still calling saying, no one called me back. I didn't get a call whether I was approved or denied. And that was when we had the portal. Do we know how many?
That's a side of ARPA which I haven't dealt with. That's the program side, and I don't deal with the.
Who does the program side?
That would be the planning and development.
Is anybody in that department? Didn't they all quit? Okay, so if you could prepare a meeting, Mr. Edwards, and we got a referral, and we could have the department. Mr. Edwards, are you planning and development now? Who's in planning and development over that? Because I think are you over that department now, Mr. Edwards?
No, we have two deputies that operate.
Who are they?
Rod Slaughter and Montel Menifee.
Montel was over marijuana.
Yeah, Montel was elevated to.
So does he do the marijuana
zoning,
and
ordinance,
planning?
He's doing zoning.
Jesus Christ, he got as many jobs as you got now. Okay.
So he's busy.
Okay, he's busy, because I wondered that night he was here late. Can you have the departments where we'll have questions so that we can have all of these questions answered? And if we can put this, we're loading up, can you have it done by Monday, Mr. Moore?
Monday would be very tough.
Not convenient time? So when is a good time do we need, look, we can do a special meeting. She don't want to do a special meeting. So 2 weeks?
Our next finance committee is April 8th.
Okay, so 2 weeks, is that enough time to
That's
prepare? Okay. I don't know how we don't be nowhere prepared. This stuff is in computers. I mean, I'm just saying, you get on there, you download, you print the report. You got the report. All we need you to do is explain. I don't personally feel you think you need 2 weeks. Not on you, because I know you. I read your resume.
But the problem is, there's no way I can get it done by Monday.
Okay,
I know
let's
the
do it
schedule's
2
like this
weeks.
week.
We'll keep it in committee. And if Mr. Edwards would have the proper support from staff to be able to answer the questions, because we know the ad hoc committee said them was general meetings, and you weren't in those meetings. So, well, they had a discussion. They said it was true. They were on the ad hoc committee. So if we can have, that way we can find out, because I'm concerned about, and did we ever get also, whether it's general funds to you, Madam Chair, to the city attorney, whether ARPA funds, once we allocated, well, I didn't put it in the ARPA category of the 40 million, because we now know it's problems with it. Did we ever find the answer out? Are those general funds? Are they still considered ARPA funds? Because that held up the market. Did we ever get, you were speaking with Ernst & Young that Tuesday.
Yes, there are funds in the general fund that are designated as ARPA that are tracked as ARPA dollars. So yes.
So the resolutions still need to state ARPA on them when we're spending them, or no?
If they were allocated that way, yes.
Okay, so thank you for the clarity on that.
You're welcome.
And then I guess we need to bring back the market also. I don't know who put that on there. Now that she's given us our legal one, we can have it put back on there. Well, so next committee, if you could have your report, and if you can have something visual too, so that the audience or the residents who are here can see for the next meeting, and we can have the support staff so we can all be on the same page. I appreciate your time, Mr. Moore. Thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Yes,
ahead.
Madam Chair. Also, Mr. Moore, can you make sure, or Mr. Edwards, can you make sure that each council member get the report? Okay?
I will give the reports to Davina, and Davina will
I
distribute. them
mean, I know Judy, I heard Judy say that she got a report, but you know, Judy is not the only council member up here. This council is made up of 9 members.
First meeting in March, second meeting in February, I passed out a copy to every council member, if you were here.
No, can you email it? Is it a report you can email?
I have a couple copies. You can have one. here.
No, I need it emailed. I need it emailed, and I like to look through reports from my email. I want records. Okay? So if you send it to our clerk, she'll make sure that each member gets a copy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Okay, so this report that I picked up today is actually the one that we received by email, or that you handed out is through December. So everyone who was here did receive a copy of that. Also, I want to talk about, there was some, what's your request?
So we're now in March. You said that one's through December, so can we have it through March?
It's only filed quarterly. This is the quarterly report. This is the
Okay.
federal report.
Hold
that-
on, we still got quarterly. He can't get a year to date still? I mean, that's not, so he would have.
There's no way that this is done, this is done
We work
quarterly.
with E&Y to develop the report, develop everything. So it'd be very difficult to do that on a month-by-month basis.
Took her back to the meetings, don't know what was going on. I'm done, Mr. Thank you.
So,
She ridiculous.
this report was the one that we were provided with, and during our committee. And I know that Mr. Pfeiffer had asked several questions about the report as he was through it the night that we received it, I think, and again, another night. Also, there was discussion that there was a comment made that the council ARPA committee was never involved in any of the meetings with Ernst & Young, our compliance firm. And we were, in the beginning, we were invited to the meetings, and they were done by Zoom.
There were meetings in 2023.
And those are the ones we
They
were
continued
invited
for
to.
quite some time, but after it went several months and it was just staff, we just consolidated our meetings with just one with the staff, the next one.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Why was the ad hoc committee not invited? Who made that decision to stop the ad hoc committee, you and Councilwoman Lewis? Who made that decision?
I have no idea.
Nobody got an idea about anything.
I stopped attending myself because it really wasn't relevant to what we did. It was more the administrative side rather than the council side. So I stopped attending myself after several months. But any ways that I do have asked for a legal opinion through our city attorney on our resolution to put the funds in general fund so that there are no more questions, so that we can get a definition of exactly what that resolution was for, what it did, and what the results of it was. And I wanted to let everybody know that I have been concerned about this. I've just addressed it in several meetings with the mayor as well. So the report is difficult to read. I'm not denying that to me, an Excel spreadsheet is much easier to read. But I also understand that this is what is actually filed with the government. Do you know, Mr. Moore, where on our website we can find this report? Because I haven't had fun.
I don't believe it's been floated up for some time. And I don't
That's-
know the reason why. I can find out.
Yeah, and I did mention that this morning to the mayor when I met with him on my weekly meeting, and said that it's not available. I haven't found it. He said it is. I says it isn't. But if we could find out where that is and share that as well, because I know that there are residents who would like to know as well. I've got one that I'm speaking to on a frequent basis, and she really goes through them with a fine-tooth comb, and she hasn't found them in a while. So if we could find out where those reports are located, then we would have it available electronically whenever we needed to, as well as all of the previous ones. That was one of the things that was supposed to happen, where those reports were supposed to be posted on a quarterly basis when they were filed with the federal government. Another thing that was supposed to happen, which I don't know if the funding was actually available, was to have a dashboard, the dashboard that we've all talked about. And that was supposed to be publicly available, and it really never was. So that's something that's also an issue, I think, with it. But with that, and I took my time, I'm going to close out the special order, and I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward. Is there support? Supported by the councilwoman in the 1st ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Mr. Alamin. Yes. Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no, and we are adjourned at 7:08.
All members who wish to speak at the next meeting, if you have not, all audience members, if you have not had a chance to fill out a speaker slip, go ahead.
What? Oh, thank you. He said me doing my hair. It's going back up when I get a moment. I swear it's going back up. Well, thank you, but it's going back up. Look, it was gonna go up yesterday, but I had to be at the hospital with somebody. Listen, it's going back up. Nope. I be too busy like to. It's going back up. Well, thank you, but it's going.
The time is now 7:10 p.m. on Wednesday, March 18th. I hereby call this governmental operations committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Don't forget, now you're chairing your meeting.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley? Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Excuse me, Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 8 members present.
We have 8 members present. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is Michael Clack.
I believe he left.
John McFadden,
I believe he left.
R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, City Council. My name is R.L. Mitchell. How about that? Well, anyway, about this situation, about dashboard situation, I want you to know, as the people, Mays Service Center is not a 1.0 money pot like Auto World. Mays Center is supposed to take care of the people, we the people. And Miss Priestley always throwing up her hand like she ruling the whole Flint. Talking about she used to go to the meeting, but she don't know to give we the people's information. Her and Dr. Lewis, look at her, empty from her seat now, frowning up, making them faces and stuff. She must have needs some exercise because she ain't came out in the back of the room yet. I mean, anyway, like I say, we the people, we want the attorney to keep on speaking up for us, but because we got 2 interpreters. Every time the mayor address the people of Flint, to take $38,000 for 2 interpreters to the people. It's only 5 minutes away, down over on Court Street, and we should have a problem to come in. They should come up here. We can hire 1 interpreter lady, and she can get all that money. Like it's broke. We the people in Flint. This is a cottage town. It's been a cottage town ever since Mike gave his potato farm to we the people to build a cottage on his potato patch garden. And we, in the peoples of New York, we got deep pockets thanks to Mr. Mott, the first mayor of Flint, Michigan. And you in New York always getting the Democrats beat up. I saw a disturbing act on TV this morning, a special bulletin, that the Republican beat up the Democrat and broke 6 ribs, and he just now mentioned it on national TV, and he's trying to run for the main leader who called the shot, frowning up on national TV, and trying to put Donald Trump on notice on national TV while Trump's still doing his job over there. Him in Israel done killed 850 people last night, and he just announced it on the, and the 2 FBIs got in the way and lost their life, American FBIs, and that's what they get for trying to interrupt the president plan with NATO. And you know President Trump represents like George Washington. He's supposed to have been dead, but the bullets wouldn't go through him. They wouldn't. George Washington had no bullets. Read the history. You don't want to teach the kids the real history of the United States no more. But Jasmine bringing her son here, and he gonna learn the whole poppycock of this United States. Where the boy at now? He must have done got trapped in the bathroom, fell down a rat. I mean, anyway, stay tuned, America. We the peoples of Flintstone gonna settle this tonight.
Okay, David Peachy is not in. Darrell Brown is not in. Arthur Woodson. I'm sorry, Mr. Peachy.
I'm just looking for a little clarification from Priestley. When I brought it up about what these safety officers do, she said they put orange stickers on cars. That's about it? Is that all it is? In my neighborhood, we've had houses over there that's been burnt right to the ground for 4 years. I brought this to Priestley's attention. I got on my photo, on my phone, I got all the pictures where tires that they've dumped in all these vacant properties, just dumped them. I called her about, oh, well, we'll get that. She never gets them. There's so much, don't do that, because I'll take these people over there and show them everyone I'm talking about. And I got pictures on my phone, I'll show them, and I got it dated. Don't shake your head at me, I know what I'm talking about. You drive through every once in a while. Them 2 trailers you're talking about, one of them is on private property, you better watch it. Yeah, well, you said 2 earlier. Now the one they just brought in a week ago, I don't know what it's doing, but it's on land bank's property. And when I call the land bank, tell you, well, that's land bank, I can't do nothing about it. That's what the guy in the white truck says. But all of a sudden, you can do something about it. I'm just disgusted. The house across the street from me right now is they've taken all the aluminum siding off it in the last week. Now they're taking the fence around. I called 911, that's not their job. Nobody's around there. Take them safety officers and put them on a night shift, and I'll bet you they'll retire real quick, because they don't really do anything during the day. What do you pay them an hour? How many hours a week do they get paid? This is just ridiculous. When I see so many things that are going wrong, and these guys driving around, they must be related to you or somebody else. They have to know somebody to get a job like that. They just don't get it by putting an application in. I'm just tired of it. And if you people don't believe me, I got pictures I'll show you. Everyone, they ain't paying attention.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Last week, I spoke about the lead in homes. I had reached out to Ms. Shelley to speak to her before I put it out on my Facebook page. I just spoke to her earlier, and one of the things that was discussed with she and I and Mr. Carpenter that I didn't know at the time is that it's 2 different programs. You have a HUD and you have a state. You have federal and state. And the one that they were using was the federal. And like she said, they get different pockets of money. So what I'm basically saying is I didn't have all the information at the time. So we did agree on some things and we disagreed on some things also. So I'd like to sit down with her and discuss it some more. With the other special discussion, which is the testing. The testing, I do appreciate the testing in that area, but it needs to be expanded. It needs to go further up Brownell to Ballinger, because that was a hot
Point of
spot.
order. I can't hear Mr. Woodson speak as you guys are speaking.
What's your point of order, Councilwoman Priestley?
disrespecting the person speaking as additional discussions are occurring during the public speaking.
Right. So here's the thing. No one's disrespecting the speaker. We appreciate you listening intently. You kind of keep your focus on the speaker. We're actually trying to figure out something that's going to happen next, and it's important that we do. Thank you. Continue.
Point of order.
What is your point?
However, when the discussion is interrupting and hearing overpowering the discussion of our constituent, then it does interfere. Thank you.
That is an improper point. Continue.
That was a hot spot, from Brownell all the way up to Ballinger. A lot of cancers is in that area. Me, myself, I feel that as having a water lab here in the city, putting aside all personal gripes and beefs and all this, I still feel that the water lab should be used, and to get the money, you should use MDHHS because they tested the secondary water supply 4 times. And they did look for all the different things in the water that you are looking for. So using the water lab and MDHHS, reach out to them. If you need me to call them and ask them to come here to council, I will. But we do need this type of testing over in that area so that we can see if our water is safe in that area. It's not hard to do. We can, if council vote on it and ask MDHHS to come here and do that, we will. I mean, they will. So team up with the water lab.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy. Okay, she's going to pass. The next speaker is Rich Jones.
How y'all doing today? I was listening before I came up here, and Ms. Levy brought up something as far as the dumping on Philadelphia Street, and Ms. LaShawn also mentioned something. That's something I've been talking about for years. It's a problem between the city of Flint and Land Bank and the garbage company when it comes to picking up certain piles of trash. Something got to be done far as a conversation needs to be held, because at the end of the day, you're going to constantly have conversations like the one that was held earlier today. And it's plenty of other places in every ward that's starting to stack up, especially the second ward. And I'm quite sure that the second ward that has most of the dumping problem used to be the third ward before this boundary, the city was cut up. And I'm talking about that area over there in Rankin. And also, you're starting to get stuff, and this is on the curve. It's on the curve. This stuff that I'm talking about is on the curve. A dumping is developing on McClellan Street. Russell Street, it's always something to pick up on there. There's always something on garbage day getting ran by there. So it got to be some kind of agreement made between the city of Flint Blight Department and the garbage contract, which we pay, because we're paying the Blight Department and we're paying the garbage company and we're not getting our trash picked up. And then you want to add in the dumping, that's a whole nother conversation. But it can be a lot better if we just got everything that put on the curve picked up. So, like I said before, y'all coming to the end, do something for the people on your way out. Be creative with the pen. Write up some kind of legislation that will get everything on our curves picked up on garbage day. and let's do that month cleanup. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Tanya Jones.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Jones. I'll be out here advocating for the homeless and the opioid. First of all, I want to say it's election year. Please, everyone, no matter what, don't be discouraged. Please vote together. We're strong. Flint is not strong, it's broken. That's what I request, please. As a concerned mother, please, we need your vote. Another thing is called Center of Hope. The last day for Center of Hope is the 31st of this month. So the people that we be going out to feed at Center of Hope, they'll be going back out to the streets. So if you guys can come up with some type of plan, you know, to come together or something, to extend something, I don't know, you know, if y'all can just come up, these people are still here, they still need the services. And we can't save them all, you know, we can just get to the ones that we can. The opioid crisis is real. My son is at the house, he's going through withdrawals. And I'm advocating for my son, but what about the people that don't have nobody to advocate for them? So that's all I said, you guys. Opioid crisis is real, homeless is real, and could we come up with a plan? Have a good night.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you said that that was the final public speaker, correct?
Yes.
It is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers, only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward, you have the floor.
I'd like to address some of the concerns that was spoken about. Matter of fact, Mr. Peachy, I did have the property cleaned up as much as I could, the couple of doors down from you. And although there are tires in that basement, the land bank, and it is the land bank property, has stated that per OSHA rules or MIOSHA rules, they are unable to clean that basement out. Also, the house down the street that you told me about with the sides off, I have contacted the land bank at least 5-6 times on that property. And then I drove by it again on Monday and I saw the roof had caved in. That has also been reported to the land bank and again requested to have that property removed. So I can't tell you how many requests to the land bank I've put in over the last 4.5 years. But it's in the hundreds. The city council does not control the land bank. All we can do is ask, and I do ask, and I call. And I meet with them occasionally down here in, about the demolition program. I've met with them a couple of times down in with them on that, as well as other issues. I have a contact that I speak to specifically for matters in the 4th Ward, and I report things, and it does take him 2 to 3 days before he can even gets back to me. I reported that trailer and the person living in it on Monday. I have not heard back yet, but it was at 5 o'clock that I sent that email, which is when I found out about it. So the land bank is not a good neighbor to this city or any other city it exists in. I want them gone. I am not happy with their results when
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Thank you. I have a pretty good relationship with the land bank, and they have a beautification team that has been out in neighborhoods. And so you have to call, send an email, and actually when you call our blight team, they will often refer those over to the land bank, send you a copy of the email when you are actually proactive. So I don't have that problem. They were cleaning up projects. They are behind abandoned, boarded up homes. And there's a whole beautification team with a garbage truck and some other trucks and one of those little claw trucks too. So you first, I'm not going to throw land bank underneath the bus right now. I'm not going to do that. Not at all. Our unhoused population, thank you to the Color of Law, who was out there feeding people, I believe this Sunday because you called me. We need a plan. And there was a whole family with a 2-year-old I believe it's 2 years, then another lady with, I think, 3 or other 4 children who are sleeping at, they said, when I spoke to them, we're sleeping at Presbyterian Church tonight. That's outdoors with children sleeping. That is a problem. And to you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk, as we were having the conversation, and we talked about the referral, we need to add to invite, because the conversations about our ARPA dollars were with the mayor. He needs to be here to answer questions about the ARPA. So would you extend that invitation to Mayor Neely to be here? Because they weren't they don't know what the meetings were for. We got 2 different types of meetings. And if these are ARPA dollars and Councilwoman Priestley was meeting with the mayor, then we need to have Mayor Neal, if he would kindly come so we can ask the question, because no one else was there in those meetings. So we can have that invitation extended to him, because that conversation, we got nowhere with that one, unfortunately. So if we can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the second ward.
All right, thank you. So I just want to say thank you so much to Mr. Jones for pointing out the obvious, the dumping in the second ward. I ran on Clean Up the City, and I stand on Clean Up the City, and that's why I created the Litter League. And so hopefully we will continue to get in front of that. That was a big reason why I was pushing for us to get the $30,000 that was allocated in the last budget, so I can continue to clean and beautify the second ward. That includes in partnership with the land bank, because they've been good partners with me. So working with getting the tall grass on the blighted parcels, and just making the houses look a little more appealing, because when you have invested in this city and you are retired, I mean, it's the least we can do is keep your area in decent shape. And so that's the whole point for them funds. And the residents, they spoke out and said, we need these funds because we have a rodent issue. So when the grass is high, rodents hide. And so that way was allowing us to, to get in front of that. So I definitely hear you and I understand, and I will continue to search for resources so we can get in front of that. And especially in the new third ward, because, the new second ward, because the new second ward, I inherited a lot of blighted property. Over there by Industrial, blighted. Over there by the old Swanson Funeral Home, blighted. And so we have to get in front of this. On top of the blighted area that's also in the Sarvis Park and the Civic Park neighborhood is blighted. So I definitely understand. And again, thank you for your concern. And if you have any other solutions, since the funding was denied you let me know how we can work together to clean up our second ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the third ward.
I am out and I drive all the time, meeting third, second ward people. Second also has a lot of blight. And it has a lot of blight because there are dilapidated homes, abandoned property. The illegal dumping does not come from our residents. It comes from outside forces. I know I make sure that Tilden Street is always clean, but as I leave and go to work or go do something down here at the city, come back, someone has dumped tires they have dumped. So what we do need is cameras around here. We need a lot of cameras, and we need a lot of people to speak up when they are dumping. So we also need everybody in the community to help cut grass. We need to help cut grass and different things like that. I'm gonna get out and cut. My family is gonna get out and cut. We're gonna cut grass this year and make sure we get the, we're gonna work with Land Bank and make sure that we get the grass cut and try to help the neighbors help themselves. So we will be out this year cutting grass, me, my family, and different other people that want to volunteer. We would like for people to volunteer if you could. So thank you again.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the fifth ward.
Thank you. I do have to say, I've never had problems with Land Bank. When I submit a complaint through their website on any of their properties, they go right out and take care of it. I don't understand what's happening, and then I get a response. They'll send me an email with the response and everything else. So it's just a matter of making sure that Land Bank knows that their property, something is going on with their property. They'll go right out. It may take them a week or so, but you do get a response, and they do track it. You get a tracking of when it was clean and everything. So I would not throw Land Bank under the bus. I think they're doing the best that they can do, as well as what we have. We say that we're doing the best that we can do. So we just need that. We need our blight team to be out. I mean, they did, I guess it was the blight team or the neighborhood safety officers. They were out taking down signs. I thought that maybe they could have used that time to clean up some of the blighted areas in the city. But hey, but I would not sit here and throw Land Bank under the bus, because we all have a responsibility, and that is that we can all get, at the end of the day, we can't point it out on one particular entity. We all have a responsibility to clean up this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there is no one else who wishes to speak during council response, I will take some time. If I heard correctly, and maybe one of my colleagues know, we had someone who came up and said that Center for Hope was in danger of closing. They close the 31st every year for just close out winter. They don't take in for warming. Okay, so if I understand her comment correctly, then it's just they would need somewhere to go during that time that they normally take someone in for warming. Okay. Okay, thank you. That is very helpful. All right, I will go ahead and yield the rest of my time. I'm gonna move on to the consent agenda. We do not have resolutions and/or appointments, but Madam Clerk, does that mean we still have to adopt the consent agenda even though there's nothing to adopt?
No, you do not.
Okay, all right, so then we will move beyond the consent agenda because there aren't any resolutions and/or appointments. We'll move on to the special order discussion item. Councilman Pfeiffer, who normally chairs this meeting, he does want to, and I will honor the fact that he wants to leave this discussion item here. And that is 260088, discussion item lead-based paint removal. So what we're going to do is leave this particular discussion item here per Mr. Pfeiffer's request. However, in the interim, and Councilwoman Priestley, I would hope that you're listening. We do need to honor the fact that she was talking. I didn't want to interrupt her. I do believe that there is someone who is here able to speak to this. So what Councilwoman Burns did request, and I am going to honor, is that in lieu of the discussion item, we allow that person to come up and have 15 minutes to present. There were some pictures given to council, and because she is here with her baby, so she kind of trekked to council this evening and she sat here with her baby. So I will honor Councilwoman Burns' request for 15 minutes to allow her to come up and discuss the pictures. You don't think so? Okay, I'm sorry. Well then, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll still honor it. The 15-minute discussion, and you wanted who in particular?
It was
Ms. Sparks Green?
Slaughter.
And
Not Slaughter, what's his name? The young man? over the lake?
Mr. Carpenter.
Michael Carpenter.
Yes, if you could please join us here. And then,
I don't think this young lady, is she
that's not
pregnant?
her?
No, those are two older ones. Miss Towner isn't here.
They left, okay. Darn it, okay. Well, Mr. Carpenter. Ms. Burns, I will go ahead and let you lead it because I think that you have a better insight. I thought you were requesting for her.
Yeah, I know, I do.
Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Carpenter, and just for the record, the
How y'all doing?
program that you are over is
The lead program.
the lead-based program?
Yeah, I got 3 grants in there, so it's just the lead program. So anything that has to do with lead normally comes through my office.
Okay, so there were some pictures which were, you gave a folder of pictures, and did you get a chance to email those to the city clerk?
No, not a,
Okay, can you get those to the clerk so that we all have them? Because there were about, what is it, about 40 pictures? 30, 40?
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah, so that we can all have them, because we don't all have them and we're quickly going through them. I do know that there were some pictures on Mr. Woodson's page and Ms. Towner, and there was another lady that was in here with some questions about the program. Some of the things were, I don't even know how to speak to those. They were concerned, some of the pictures had doors which weren't properly fitted. They claimed that they were used doors. They also stated that one, I believe a garage was torn down and wasn't supposed to be torn down. There was also painting where a cord was plugged up into the wall and the cord was plugged up with the electrical plate still over it. Then they showed a doorknob that was painted, looked like it was metal, that it was painted. And so this was originally to be discussed with Councilman Pfeiffer, so it's probably going to be back on. But can you tell us about your pictures that you have?
The pictures I have is the finished product.
The finished product. Those were the finished products?
Correct.
Who inspects the finished product?
The state.
And the state approved what was in that folder?
Correct.
Okay. I'm deeply disturbed by that because I've seen restoration work and work done, and that is shoddy at best. It's very subpar work, very. And the pictures where, and I can understand people, because one, the program is supposed to be to help our community. And when contractors come into your home to get repairs done, it shouldn't make a difference of what level or income level that you're at. But some of the work you're there, did you see the ones where the cord was painted over?
That was just the lighting.
That was just the lighting?
Correct.
No, absolutely not. There is a cord that was plugged up and you can see it. That is absolutely not true. And when you come in here with that, that is not true. And when you look at the painting along the baseboards and everything else, I'm embarrassed to say that we have a lead program where lead is in that body and they eat them paint chips that they suffer their whole lives. That work was terrible. It was terrible. And then we had if you go to my Facebook page, go to Mr. Woodson's page, he has about 30 of the pictures that are on there. How they were even taped off wasn't even correct. Who are these contractors that's doing this work? Do you choose them or who chooses the contractors? I mean, do they go through the bid process?
Correct.
Well, they need to be fired.
They no longer work for the city.
They what?
No longer works for the city.
No, say that again.
They do not work for the city.
Oh,
They do
the
not
ones
work
that
here
did
anymore.
that work don't work here anymore.
Correct.
So are we going back to fix the work that was done?
We doing that with all the complaints. Correct.
So how many complaints do you have?
Just 2.
Just 2. So who took the lady's bottles and turned them in?
It was one of the contractors that was working for the contractor.
So there was a list, and a very valid list. And what bothers me is these are seniors too, who keep their grandchildren, who will come to the house. And a lot of times you're in a position or you feel a predicament where you're getting something that may not be charged, but you feel like it's going to make it better. And it made it absolutely worse. Absolutely worse. And one of the things I didn't like, and maybe Ms. Sparks Green, you can answer, we were not notified. He said we couldn't know who was getting their homes repaired. Is that true? Yes. And is there a reason why? Because of the HUD specification. Okay, because of HUD. Yeah. But when the people are coming here complaining, I mean, what is our process to see? Because that work was beyond bad. And someone should be able to go back to look at these other homes that were done to make sure it was done properly. Because they did more than 1 or 2 houses, I'm sure. Yes.
So our program, the lead-based program, we do abatement. Now, there's a difference between the state program and the federal program. So when we go in, we're just really cleaning up the abatement piece. So say if this wall right here is full of lead, but this one isn't, we only work on this wall. And because the houses are older, you know, they have we do a lot of things that are not said as well. So when the houses are older, it's hard to match the paint and things like that. So we're not allowed to try to match the paint. We just got to paint it back white. So you might get $30,000 to $70,000 worth of work done in your house for free, but you still have to go back and paint the wall. So to you, the aesthetics is not good, but the house is safe. And that's our job, is to remove all of the lead from the house. So to you, looking at the pictures like it's a big mess. And I can agree that it sometimes doesn't look as good as it started out, but we are not allowed to do that. We're only allowed to do the side that has the lead on it. So that's the difference between our program and the state. The state program has extra money where they actually remodel.
So what about when they, so doing the baseboards and trim molding, and you're only painting out the baseboard and trim molding, and you don't paint the wall?
We can't, because we didn't remove lead from the wall. There was no lead in the wall.
Do residents know before you start?
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot paint your wall and only your trim work, and the trim work paint is sloppy.
Okay.
I mean, it looks, I mean, it's bad because it's not as if when you look at it, it's not a straight line. It's bad.
Right. Now, we've been doing this program for 8 years. We got 2 complaints out of 8 years, but
were those the 2 that were here speaking?
Same house. Yeah, it's the same contractor. And so we did remove that contractor. So the thing that I'm saying to you is we call all the homeowners the houses that are selected, we call them all in, we show them a video of exactly what we're doing. They sign a paper saying, okay, we waived this, we waived that. It's certain things we cannot do with HUD. And so we explain all of that to them. So we do show them a video of what the work is expected and what will be left. And I can agree, you know, that sometimes, you know, it doesn't look as good as it did because we can't try to paint it. We can't try to paint the whole room again.
If you're doing eggshell and you're doing a white and then one a matte and one is a satin, I mean, you're going to see the difference.
Yes, you are. But when these houses are built in 1967 or 76, however it is, that paint is hard to match. And then you're going to complain if this is gray and this is a lighter gray, or like you said, the matte.
The whites are way off.
Yeah, and it's hard to match those paints, so that's why we're not allowed to do that. We can only paint with the white. Yes.
So one of the, she put on here, bedroom 1, they put in the old dirty door, not new.
No, and that one house where the doorknobs was painted, those was already there when we got there. So the pictures that you have are the before. The pictures you have in that we gave you today are the after.
But we didn't really, I mean, we need them in email.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need them email.
Her doorknobs was already painted before we got there. So, right.
So what about the cord, you see the paint on the cord.
But if you look at the picture, that's not there anymore at the after.
I don't have,
we passed around, but we can explain though. But we did have the video that we show the clients here to show you all tonight, but because Pfeiffer's not here, we gotta wait till the next day. So we did have all the processes.
Were they using used materials?
No. You look at you see all those doors are new if you look at the new
Not
picture.
this other one.
Which one are you on? What does it say on the front? First house, second contractor, or first contractor?
This is a handwritten where she also wrote a receipt out to you, Mr. Carpenter, that you gave her $20 back for pot cans.
Yeah, and that was one of the contractors, one of his workers did take her bottles, and we made him pay her back, but they're no longer with us. And see, one of the processes is that contractor we have a training class for lead-based paint. You have to go through the training class before you can work in anybody's house.
Mhm.
The state vets all the people. But we didn't get a chance to vet these contractors coming out of this class. And this contractor hired them before we got a chance to like do a background check and all that. So that's why that was the problem. So we do own that, but we have put in processes to change that.
Any processes are we putting in to make sure this doesn't happen
We're gonna
again?
make sure that nobody hires anybody straight from class and that they are gonna be vetted by the police department before. we
By
put
who?
The police department, like a background check before we
I mean, we
even
were
put them in
getting
the house.
contractors that weren't vetted,
No, the contractors were vetted. These are people the contractors hired out of
but
a
that's
class.
still their company.
Yes.
You
didn't
still
vet 'em.
bear, because I subcontract and you still make sure I vetted
Exactly.
everybody.
I do too.
And when you're sending people into people's homes, especially with their children, we have to make sure we don't have pedophiles.
Yeah, and that wasn't done by
Yeah.
us. That was a contractor going straight to the class that we taught. We have a state, the MDHSS come in and they teach lead abatement to people. Like you can join the class, right? And then you get a license. Well, he was taking the people right out of class before we had a chance to do any background checks or anything. So that's what happened. And we take ownership for it.
And so you have a process to where that's not going to happen anymore.
ma'am.
There was a mention of somebody's garage being torn down and it wasn't supposed to be torn down.
No, that shit, it was a shed.
It was
And
it was a
and
shed.
It was full of lead. I mean, but they had no roof on it.
Okay.
Door, the hall. So she has kids that play in that background. And once we're contracted to go into those houses, we have to make sure it's all safe. So if we could have left that up and then one of the kids got sick, we in trouble.
So you removed it for
Yes,
that. Well, I'm gonna, and I hate to say that, I'm gonna leave this. Sorry, I took up so much of the time, and I know it's gonna come back. But when you come back, if you could have, like maybe the pictures, all of them emailed, because Councilman Pfeiffer did want to go into discussion about it, so that we can look at the pictures and those
We'll put
pictures.
some notes on them too for you. But we didn't have a chance today because we had just got
Yeah,
a
if
chance
you
to
can
make
get those to us, please, too, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm gonna yield the floor. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
If you need more time.
Is there anyone who would like to speak to this presentation? We'll go ahead and close it out. If there's no one else who'd like to speak to the presentation, thank you both. Moving on to, and I just want to be clear that 260088, Madam Clerk, is staying here per Mr. Pfeiffer's request for when he returns, since we did not do his discussion item. Moving on to discussion item 260090, which is a discussion item for the water testing, a 5-minute discussion item as requested by Second Ward Council Member Lewis concerning water testing within the city. I will go ahead and turn that over to Council Member Lewis.
Thank you. So, Mr. Edwards, so where do we stand in terms of the survey and the testing?
From our last discussion, it was all about finding somebody who would accommodate all of the requests that were made by council. That person has been located, the business is located. What I'm gonna recommend though is that representatives, 1 or 2 representatives, council who are interested in seeing this issue move forward, meet in the mayor's office or in the administration wing. I'll have that person there so that the council members can talk directly about the things or see. You don't have to get it secondhand, you can get it firsthand, what they offer. Then you can explain all these other caveats that you want, like going to do surveys and all that other kind of stuff. He said that he was open to other options. Of course, this stuff is gonna cost, considerable amount, but that's a discussion that the council persons can have directly with him and get clarity on exactly what it's going to cost, how much effort. He needs to hear exactly what it is you want done. And so that's what I'm saying. The best way is we can quit this back and forth and I can set up the appointment so you can come in, talk directly to him, give him all the particulars, then he can go back and put together a proposal or do whatever is necessary to provide that exact information. That way we don't have to worry about, keep talking about resolutions that outline certain things. You'll have it firsthand, all the information of what the tests are, because the tests are expensive in themselves. Then you want him to do, it was like 2 other things, do the survey and do the collection. So those are all processes you need to explain, and then he can explain what it's going to cost or what it's going to entail. He doesn't know basically either at this point that we were talking about up to 100 different locations. So I don't know what that's going to take for that particular business to accommodate. He was pretty much the only business that was prepared to do the extras.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that update. Just want to highlight again that we have been seeking this testing for several years, and it started off with 1 block, and now it expanded per the body to 100 homes. And so I wanted to put on the record, and I gave it to every single colleague, why I am pushing this again. So I know he lives in the 2nd ward, but when Mr. Fields came to this, to the meeting, Council members Murphy and Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, they put forth a special request to have this carried out. And so hopefully this will be the last leg and we can get this done. But this is why it is very near and dear. So this letter is from Henry Ford Health Systems regarding Mr. Fields. And it says, and I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but it says, to whom it may concern, cultures of his drinking water and kitchen faucet filter and bathtub faucet filter showed strains of Pseudomonas that were identical by molecular typing to the strains causing his infection. It is my impression that Mr. Fields suffered chronic and recurrent infections, which included skin lesions and skin rashes, and infection due to the difficulty to treat the bacteria that was acquired from the water coming into his house, both drinking water and both faucet water, as a result of both the water coming into his house being contaminated and by the use of faucet filters, which were recommended by the health department during the period 2014-2016. The filters were used for lead but supported the growth of bacteria. The Pseudomonas in the water was found in his kitchen faucet during that period, and also his bathroom where a filter was not used. The Pseudomonas strains in his water were identical by strain, typing the organism causing his infection. It is my professional opinion that the exposure to the Flint water both caused and made worse the diagnosed illness he's experienced during the Flint water crisis from 2014 to 2016. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that on the record, because he came to us several years ago for help and for water testing, and he's still been reaching out, and we still have yet to do it. So this is why I am pushing. This comes from his physician at the Henry Ford Health System. So thank you so much, Mr. Edwards, and thank you so much, Madam Chair.
What is your request?
Was that the entire report that Councilwoman Lewis read, or was there more?
No, there's more, but I didn't want to go into other things on his sheet, but those were the things pertinent to this specific water special order.
Thank you.
Yeah, give me a second, because you can't just gloss over that. So I gotta figure out. I am gonna go ahead and just order 7 more minutes so that we can work through the immediate next steps with Mr. Edwards. So, Mr. Edwards, given the discussion that you've had with the company, what is the next step that you need to have happen to move forward?
Who is going to be the point person for the council?
So we do have an ad hoc committee, Councilwoman Burns and Vice President Jarrett. That was y'all. Remember, go back and watch. That was y'all.
It was ACO. Yeah, okay.
for just water stuff. Yeah, yeah. And so I would volunteer them first distribute, give them first refusal, and if they should so decline, I would offer Councilwoman Winfrey Carter an opportunity, only because this was something that she initiated. And so if she would like to be one of the people, then I will offer her that opportunity. And if not, I do understand, because I do understand that some of what's happening here is not necessarily people's areas of where they necessarily normally operate. And so I just want to make sure I'm respectful enough to give them an opportunity at first refusal.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
if Councilwoman Winfrey Carter would be so interested, certainly I would.
Madam Chair, I respectfully decline.
And I understand why. You
Thank
don't have to
you.
explain. I understand exactly why, especially given what was read and how that works. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity. No, I understand why. I got you. All right. So what we will do, because you need people to run point, Council Member Lewis has exited her seat.
So shady.
Jeez. So you need,
I mean, Woodson don't need nobody but itself.
I can't appoint a resident.
I know.
I will go ahead and, what exactly do you need the point person to do?
To meet with the company and then share exactly what's the criteria going to be. I mean, there can be a back and forth. They can answer the questions. You'll be hearing it directly from the company as to what the capacity is for fulfilling the requirements, because you had.
And I just work with the
testing.
administration to do that. We'll have a meeting.
I'm sorry?
I said the person will just work with the administration to do that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
work directly.
gonna go ahead and appoint the council president and call it a day.
Okay.
Well, you know she ain't going to work with the administration.
I'm the president.
Oh, shit. Don't do everything on here. You can do everything.
You know what, Councilwoman Burns, that's your first one. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and just appoint the council president. No, you're more than welcome, Council Vice President. And so if that's what we need to do, we will go ahead and set up a meeting, and I will be prepared to report back to my colleagues. All right. If there's anything else, that's it. Just the immediate first step is to meet with the company, correct?
I'm sorry?
We just need to meet with the company.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
can
the
set that up?
I will set up the meeting.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, you can have the dialogue to determine what it is you want to do. All
Perfect.
the specifications.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you. Is there anything else for this discussion item? Seeing how there's nothing else for this discussion item, we'll go ahead and close it out. Thank you. There's a motion to adjourn. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman, conveniently. Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 5th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Hey, Mr. Alamina's not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson? Ms. Priestley? Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
She be avoiding stuff.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The time is now 8:04 p.m. on Wednesday, March 18th. I hereby adjourn this Governmental Operations Committee.